Hello, and I'm so excited that you're here because the Dream Life Summit is officially around the corner, and this is where your 2026 vision starts to get real. If you're new here, the Dream Life Summit is a 3-day virtual event completely free designed to help you step into the version of yourself who actually lives the life she's been dreaming about. Day one is all about the vision, getting clear, bold, and unapologetic about what you want. Day two is where we build it, the structure, the strategy, the systems, all the things that bring that vision to life. And day three is all about living it, holding the capacity, the confidence, and the consistency to actually walk into 2026 as her or him. And I don't do this alone. I bring in incredible speakers, experts in automation, identity work, leadership, mindset, confidence, wellness, and business strategy, the full spectrum of what it truly takes to transform your life. And today I get to introduce you to one of those incredible speakers. Dana is teaching one of the most essential skills every entrepreneur needs. And if you don't have what she is about to teach you on day two of the Dream Life Summit, which is building an email list that creates clarity, momentum, and long-term stability in your business. Her session at the Dream Life Summit is going to help so many of you get out of overwhelm and finally feel confident about connecting with your audience. So let's jump in. Hey, Dana, welcome. I'm so happy to have
Hi.
you here. And before we dive into some things about the summit, can you introduce yourself and share a little bit about who you are and what you do?
Sure. I am very excited to be a part of the summit, and I thank you for including me and creating it. The spaces you create are very special and very inspiring, and can really change people's lives. So I'm excited to be part of one of those spaces. So thank you.
Of course.
Email? No, Dana. Sometimes it feels like my name is email, but my name is Dana, and I love email, which you don't hear a lot of people say. I've been, you know, swimming in email for a couple of years now, so I am definitely an email specialist. And I love helping entrepreneurs and small business owners build email systems. Sometimes I like to call them ecosystems, that they can really feel comfortable in, feel calm about, feel clear and connected when they're working in it, and feels like it's something that's sustainable for
Yeah.
their business, for their lifestyle that they're choosing, for whatever they are handling in their world. And um, yeah, I don't think, I know email is one of the core components to the foundation of any business. Solopreneurs, small businesses, coaches, creators, everybody, stores on Main Street, they all need email to keep that foundation strong. And it can be really intimidating to jump into that part of business, but it is really integral. When I was starting to niche down into email, I was listening and still do listen to lots of podcasts. And every person I listened to said, I wish I had started my email list sooner. Even the
Wow.
founder of Kit, which is one of the biggest email service providers out there, I heard him say that in a podcast. And I was like, okay, this is something to pay attention to. Let's help these people get their email lists started from the get go. And that's what I've been doing ever since.
Yeah, that is so true. And I was blessed because I had my husband who he started in many side hustles, but his whole thing when I became an entrepreneur, the importance of email. So, but I know that that's not everyone's their journey because I know so many people who I've talked to is like, I wish I would have gotten an email or they still don't have an email. And so I just was blessed and honored to be able to have that from the get go. And I know it's so important because when they say fortune is in the follow up, but also the connection. And so many people think that the connection is only on social media, and that email's only for spamming or selling and stuff like that. But the fact that you can actually build like a true connection and community within your email list, I don't think a lot of people
Mm
realize that.
hmm. Mm hmm.
And so,
And the other thing a lot of people don't realize is you put so much effort into building your social media following, but that can disappear at any second. And all of those people, you could have no way. I've heard it happen so many times. It's so heartbreaking. They've built followers of 30,000 people. And then for whatever reason, their account gets shut off or frozen or the whole platform disappears like TikTok did for a few days last year.
Mhm.
Um, and they just have nothing, no connection. They have to start over from scratch. And with your email list, you own that list. While it might live in a service provider on a platform, you actually own that spreadsheet of information on your hard drive, and you can take it with you to whatever platform or service provider you want to. And that then you still have your client list in a way.
Yeah,
You still have your connection to your potential income
I
without
agree.
worrying about what happens to it. And that's why I feel like email is one of the most valuable assets a business can have, an email list.
Mhm. Yeah, it's crazy. My husband's one client, he has over 1 million followers, and his Instagram just got shut down because right now with Instagram and Meta, um they are testing AI for, and now you have to fight to try to get your thing back. It's like, I am the person. Here's the proof. And now thankfully
Mhm.
this has happened. Well, not thankfully, but this has happened to him before. So he has a backup account, but it doesn't have the 1 million+ followers. But he has an
Yeah.
email list and can email and still connect with the people within his ecosystem. So fully, I've seen it. My husband has lost his account and had to fight like months to get it back. And so it's wild how so many people just put trust in the social media platforms when it can be taken away from you just like that.
Yeah. There's one other thing that I always try to relay when I'm talking to people is that your connection with your email list, with your subscribers, that's where you build the real trust too.
Mhm.
You can show that you have the knowledge and the skills that they're looking for, but you also are gaining their trust by showing them you.
Mhm.
Not whatever skit or performance. Not that those are bad or wrong. Sometimes it feels like I'm trying to say it's a negative thing and it's not. I mean, those are incredibly important components of building your business as well. But when you get
Mhm.
down to the writing the emails, you're kind of showing a little bit of a different side of yourself that they can get a almost a truer connection with. And it's really an important area for you to build trust with your current clients, your potential clients, the people who want to hear from you.
I
They've
fully
given
agree.
you permission to land in their inbox, and that's sacred space to a lot of people.
I fully, truly believe that. And I think a lot of people don't realize so many people will neglect their email list for months on end. And it's like, you want to do that in your relationships in real life? Well, I hope not. And so it's like, just like
Mhm.
you're building relationships with your friendships and everything like that, you have to do the same with the people that are subscribed to you, and to build that connection and to help them because that's what we're here for. We should be wanting to make a bigger impact, and that's what our email list helps us do.
Yep.
But what would you say is one of the common mistakes you see when people try to start an email list?
I think they feel like they have to have too much in place before they start. They feel like they have to have a big list of names before they can send the first email, or they have to know exactly what they want to say in the email, or they have to have the whole tech part like perfectly polished and,
Mhm.
welcome sequences and automations all, know what they are, understand how to make them happen. So I think it feels overwhelming, it feels intimidating, and they just procrastinate it because it just feels like too much to take on.
Mhm. I agree. And that's the perfect reason why people need to come to the Dream Life Summit and
Mhm.
definitely make sure that they listen to your section for sure. And so that means I want to ask you, without giving away the whole training, what's one thing people will walk away with after your session at the Dream Life Summit?
They'll know how to look around, find content for that email, and hit send. In a very
That-
simple, a very quick, it doesn't have to take a long time to make it happen. And then in a way that they will slowly build into some of the more formal aspects of emailing that do become necessary when you start growing. You want to be able to scale without it being a headache. So there are some things you want to get in place. But this is before that. This is just This is just getting started. This is hitting send, finding that comfortness in hitting send.
That's so good. And that's such a powerful thing because I feel like so many people that I talk to, they overthink hitting send. They overthink, what do I write? What do I talk about? It's like, I don't know, tell them a life lesson that you've had today or this week or this month and just build that connection. I love the fact that when we have talked, you talked about you run an email list for your aunt's,
Flower
sorry,
store.
flower store. That's right.
Yep.
And
Yep.
that people just love the emails that they get from you and that they are
Mhm.
able to, like, just connect that, "I love the email you sent out," and just see you in person and having that connection, and that's what email is for. It's not to send the promo-y 50% off, things that you can have that, but it's also to build that connection and to, have people looking forward to having your email in their inbox every day.
Yeah. Yeah. Connection is an important word that I probably didn't say enough when I was saying trust, because when you build the trust by making the connection, and
Uh-huh.
that's exactly what we're talking about. Hitting You can't do it unless you hit send, and hitting send doesn't have to be as scary as we make it.
Exactly. Agreed. Well, thank you so much, Dana. If you're watching this and you want to learn more from her, especially if you've been putting email off because it feels scary or overwhelming, make sure you're registered for the Dream Life Summit. It's free, it's powerful, and it's happening Monday, December 15th through the 17th. You can find Dana's training on the 16th, right in the morning. I wanna say you're, like, right at 10:30 AM. Dana is going to set you up with the foundation your future business deserves, and I cannot wait to see you there. We'll see you there.